What's up, guys? This is Bolt Struck with Duck, and we're going over our Week 2 win against the Carolina Panthers. So, getting into this win, I mean, just how awesome is it that we can win a game with Justin Herbert, win 2 games with Justin Herbert passing under 200 yards. I do think he's been solid in both games. He had that horrible interception, just a bad read. I saw people saying this online later, and it was my first thought, where it was just like, right, the powder blue and white with the Carolina Panthers, like white and teal. Like, I wonder if Justin just didn't see him, right? It looked like he threw it right at him. But other than that, he's had really solid, clean play. But again, the fact that we're able to win this way, in my entire Chargers life, I've never really seen anything like that. So just testament to Jim Harbaugh, the coaching staff he brought in, Jesse Minter and the defense, just exposing just how bad Brandon Staley was, right? Like, this is pretty similarly the same group that he had, and the defense is just balling out 2 weeks in a row. But yeah, just really awesome that we can win that way. I've seen some people saying this, and part of me feels like it a little bit, where it's a little bit of a bummer that Justin Herbert isn't putting up tremendous numbers. It's the same way I felt about Phillip Rivers, where it's just like, people love to trash them so much, where it's like, I'd love for them to just go out and prove people wrong. But winning cures all, right? I mean, it's the Justin Herbert standard where he put up all these amazing numbers, but it didn't matter because he wasn't winning games. Now he's not putting up the numbers, but he's winning games, and people still don't care. So it's, people are going to say that about Herbert, and people have been saying about the Chargers for all of Charger history for whatever reason. But whatever. A win is a win. Again, defense looked really good. Again, not against a great offense, a great quarterback, but still looked good. But speaking of that, because the Raiders beat the Ravens this week, that week 1 win looks even better. It looks like maybe they didn't beat up on a bottom 5 team. I mean, it's hard to be a bottom 5 team and beat the Ravens. Pick any year throughout history, the Ravens are always competitive. Obviously, they got the reigning MVP in Lamar. So maybe that week 1 win, not too bad at all. Super happy with the win. J.K. Dobbins is awesome. Quentin Johnston, I was saying last week, I felt like even though the numbers weren't spectacular, he played really, really tough. They dialed up some plays with him. His run after catch looked good. I loved how he stuck up for his teammates in that little fight last week. And he just looks like a new guy. He's confident. He said the coaching staff has believed in him from day one. And he, over these last 2 weeks with the run after catch, with the contested catches, looks like the guy from TCU, which is just awesome to see, right? He has been Herbert's wide receiver 1, clearly throughout these first 2 weeks. Really, really awesome. On a slightly skeptic note, our tight ends have not been impressive at all throughout the first couple weeks. We got really, really lucky with that fumble. I know by definition, by rule, that was probably an incomplete pass. But I think everyone agrees the rules on what a catch are really, really dumb. Like, if you look at that play and you don't think it's a catch, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It seems unfair to penalize the defense for knocking the ball out too quick, right? Like, he clearly, if that ball wasn't punched out, had possession of the ball, right? Like, previous to that. But regardless, we'll take a little bit of luck every now and then. Overall, really, really solid win. Exactly like what I talked about, just start to finish, really good game. The offense was a little slow after that first drive, but I'm just glad they came out. They had a good, solid first drive, and then pretty solid throughout all 4 quarters. So play a tough, physical Pittsburgh Steelers team next week. In terms of, no matter who their quarterback is, no matter what their offense looks like, they're always a 500 and above team. I think Mike Tomlin's a really good coach. They have a good defense. So we'll see how the Chargers do. And I will do a separate video going over my predictions for that Chargers-Steelers game, but just happy with the first 2 weeks of the season. And 2-0 feels great. But let me know in the comments down below, how have you felt about these first 2 games and the coaching staff? Again, comment below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe for more Chargers content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.